What is happening, everybody? Josh here from Spawn Fly Fish, and we're back with another tying tutorial. Today we're talking chum fry. We got a good one in the vise for us, and we cannot wait to show you how it's done. Alrighty, we are jumping into it. In the vise we have an Ahrex SA220 number 8. Throw down some thread wraps. We got some olive 210 from Danville. Trim that tag end. We're going to jump right into things. The tail section of this fly is going to be bucktail. Specifically, the section on a bucktail, this is an olive bucktail, where those darker and lighter dyed fibers meet. So, utilize some of that back end, and you don't need real long fibers for this. So, we're going to go the length of it here, throw in some looser wraps, and then tighten it down as we go. Perfecto. We're going to trim just a little bit of that out of the eye, but we do want some of that profile. Just don't want it to cover the eye. Perfect. We'll set the stage for later in the vise, or later in the tie when we add eyes. Alrighty. Next, we're going to use some eye stub from Hareline in Minnow Pearl Black. If you've seen this channel, you've seen me tie. You know I'm a little lazy. I like patterns that are very effective, fast to tie. So, clump and dump is back. We will find a way to make this look as good as possible on camera. And if you're doing this at home, a dubbing loop is a good alternative to what you're about to witness. All the while, if you tie it like I'm tying it, be mindful of coverage. Continue to use the rotary function of your vise if you have one. If you don't, turn the vise so that you can see it and work our way forward. We are using an olive thread underneath though, and these chum fry have contrasting colors, so all is good. Alright, we got 2 in there. Really good coverage so far. We'll continue to work our way forward. Do be very mindful of the amount of dubbing that you're using. It's always an area that we see people have problems when they're just getting into this. Alrighty. That's going to do it. Here we'll do a quick check. So far so good. Alrighty, now to the good stuff. We are going to add 2 more elements of dubbing to this fly, specifically Spawn Simi Seal. On top here, we're going to give it a little contrast, and that we're going to do with Mega Polychaete. We want those fibers to stretch along the top of this pattern here. So, and bring it up over the top. Cool. Now we're going to rotate the vise, and it wouldn't be a chum fry without some chum fry Spawn Simi Seal. So we're going to give this under just a little bit lighter of a tone. So really, really good dubbing here. And this is the standard. We don't want this to go as far back as the top section of Spawn Simi Seal. Alrighty. Fill that out. And clean it up just a little bit here, because we still have a few more elements that we want to ensure there's room for. Alrighty, looking good. And clean that eye up here at the end. Okie dokie. Spey Hackle from Whiting. This stuff's been a lot of fun. We've been playing with it here in the shop a ton, learning inside and out how to utilize this feather. So, it's really popular in Scandinavia and deserves a seat here at the table in the Pacific Northwest. So, we're going to do everything we can to make it that way. These long fibers, as you can see, are going to protrude back the length of this pattern. So, we have a Grizzly here in silver. Both silver and bronze are available on our website. I'm going to throw a few wraps here, and then we're going to work our way up to the eye. Now these fibers are long, and they have a mind of their own. So when you're wrapping this, be mindful of it. This feather is going to want to go wherever it wants to go. Let it and join it for the ride. Few more wraps here. We don't want a ton of wraps. We want these to be free-flowing fibers, but we don't want it to make up the majority of the fly. Come over the top here, and we will finish it off. As you can see, there's still plenty of life left in this feather, so we're going to save this feather for the second half of it and use it for the 10 more of these that we're going to tie up before we go out to Puget Sound. Sweet. Alright, it's looking a little messy. We can go in with a cauterizing pin afterwards, but we're happy with it. Happy enough. Throw in a couple whip finishes here. So you can see those fibers are already wanting to go every which way. And that'll bring us to the last element of this fly. Looking pretty decent thus far. Alrighty, we're going to turn it on its side here. We've got a little super glue. Be mindful of some of these straggling semi-seal fibers. Got a dollop there. Grab one of our 3D eyes. Without getting it on your finger, get it in position there. It's not wanting to stay, but there we go. Turn it over, and we'll do it repeat. I built up a bit of a thread head there, so hopefully you should grab to it really well, so that these eyes have a little bit of longevity to them and they don't get chewed off after the first fish, which happens. Go back and just tap the other side. Now this is a time where you have seconds to be picky, so don't like where it's at. Act quickly or forever. Be okay with the eyes are going to stay. Alright, the last thing we're going to do here. Everything's in position pretty well. Super glue's drying. Can wait a little bit, but for sake of this video and the fact that I have the new Loon plasma light, we're going to get right after it with some resin here. This plasma light is an absolute beast. Does a phenomenal job. If you're looking for a new light and you have plenty of space, this is a good one. But it is a big one. Alright, go to the bottom here. And yep, that one's going to stay exactly where it is. So, should have moved it a little bit a second ago. It's not going anywhere now. Fill in the bottom side with some resin. Hit it with the light. And there we go. There is our chum fry, everybody. Again, utilizing the Spey Hackle. Here's another one right here. This is a really, really cool little pattern, utilizing some materials that many of you guys might already have, but if you're looking to use some Spey Hackle and some baitfish, highly recommend it. Get out there and fish. The chum fry season is upon us. I was walking the stream yesterday, saw some in the river, meaning that they'll be in the saltwater soon. Good luck out there. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.